Okay. Mm, Good morning, third year students, third year pedagogy of English students. Now, surprisingly, by last video itself, first, second unit are over, first, second, and third unit are over, and so fifth unit is the grammar topic. I asked you to learn by yourself as you learn. As you begin to practice for link practice or lesson plan, you simply take the topics from fifth unit and learn the grammar topics. So let's say we have only one more unit, that is fourth unit, the methods of teaching English. Okay, so this is the topic of that unit, fourth unit, methods of teaching English. We have various methods, and in our updated syllabus we have certain methods. Let's say direct method, bilingual method, Dr. West method. So likewise we have various methods. We will discuss one by one. Okay, now the first method, the direct method. This is the most important method. This is the most important method. This is what you have been taught. Okay, so let's say motivation, presentation, and summation, recapitulation, and so this is said to be direct method. So you are asked to use aids, teaching aids. Okay, audio aids or visual aids, and they are supposed to be. We have to use these teaching aids, and you are not supposed to use the mother tongue. Okay, so you cannot use the mother tongue, and so if at all you want to teach any vocabulary, we have to use the teaching aid. Okay, so this is said to be direct method. Okay, so we will study in detail what is direct method. Let's say when I was studying B.Ed grammar translation method, that was the first method of teaching English, teaching Latin language, everything. Okay, so when British came to India, they introduced grammar translation method. Of course, grammar translation method is not in our syllabus, but later only direct method was introduced. But as far as the history is concerned, grammar translation method was introduced, and then only direct method was introduced. Grammar translation method, let's say a textbook is prescribed and it is translated by the teacher and the drill is given. Okay. See, say for example, Rama killed Ravana, and translated as Raman Ravananai Kondran. I write a letter, நான் கடிதம் எழுதுகிறேன். So likewise the translation is introduced, and they have to drill is given to the students, and slowly and steadily they will learn the English language. So this method is not that great, and slowly direct method was introduced, and so when here the main idea is that we cannot use mother tongue. So that is the most important principle. If you want to teach any vocabulary or grammar item, we have to use the teaching aid. Okay, using the teaching aid, we can using the teaching aid we can introduce the vocabulary and other grammar item. Okay, let's say, so this is the idea. Lots of practice are given, and there are various procedures in it. So the procedure here is let's say introduction. The direct method is non-translation method. It has oral teaching as an important component. The first few weeks of instruction in this method devoted to pronunciation. Exercise is listening and imitation are given until forms of language become automatic. Grammar and vocabulary chosen from everyday life are taught orally. Okay, so first of all, oral practice, that is drill is given. Many drills are given. Okay, and let's say for example, I should use the word clip. Okay, I show the object clip. Okay, say clip, and students will repeat clip. Okay, let's say as the scale, the teacher should show the let's say ruler. Okay, so the teacher shows the object ruler. Okay, ruler, and the student repeat it. So at the primary level, this is what given to the students, and they repeat it and they learn the vocabulary. That is, the teacher directly shows the object. Okay, so lots of practice are given, and slowly and steadily grammar and other vocabulary and how to use sentences, everything is introduced. Okay, so this is the main idea. So in direct method, the word and meaning are what it denotes are linked directly. Okay, so let's say when I say it is a clip, and they can understand the meaning of the word clip immediately. Okay, so the word is associated with the thing directly in the context. As there is contextualization, language learning is a real life experience. There is a natural association between words and ideas, and its sentence learning. The words in the target language thus become part of language habit of people. And here the teacher-student communication happen only in English, and lots of practice, lots of reading session, lots of writing session are given in each class, and slowly and steadily they learn the language. So language learning is a kind of habit formation, and the meaning of the word is directly associated with the students. Okay, so they have direct experience and impression on the language, and thus they learn the language in a proper way, in a direct way. Okay, so this is said to be a direct method. And what are the procedures? The direct method emphasizes oral practice. So this is the most important principle when we use the direct method. Direct method emphasizes oral practice. Often we have to make the students to practice. Okay, all of you repeat the word. All of you repeat this sentence. So as they repeat the word, they are able to practice the language and learn the language. So there is no use of mother tongue, and if you want to use difficult words or teach difficult sentences, we have to use teaching aids, maybe picture chart or audio visual aids, radio, tape recorder, television. We have to use teaching aids. You should not use mother tongue. Okay, and then in the middle years, listening, speaking, and slowly they are trained, and they have to engage in writing also. So for that's the language is introduced, and grammar is not taught in isolation. It is inductively taught. Okay, let's say Rama killed Ravana. Ravana is killed by Rama. I write a letter. A letter is written by me. So if I write a letter, active voice. A letter is written by me is passive voice. Okay. So lots of examples and practice are given, and then okay, this is called as active voice. This is called as passive voice. This is the present tense. This is the past tense. So grammar is taught inductively by giving lots of examples and practice. The grammar is taught to the students. And vocabulary is given importance. Words are chosen upon the basis of people, environment, and situated to his experience. And vocabulary, according to the level of students, the vocabulary should be taught. So let's say spendthrift, maybe that word could be taught to the students at secondary level. Okay, for simple, the simple words should be taught at the primary level. So according to the level of students, vocabulary should be discriminated and should be taught to the students. And the people have acquired fair mastery and literature is introduced. Okay, after introducing vocabulary and lots of practice, reading poetry, reading short stories, reading Shakespeare and drama, so such thing is introduced slowly to the students. Okay, so that's how language is learned. And now we have advantages and disadvantages. This is a natural method as there is a direct bond between experience and expression. So naturally the students learn, this is the most important advantage. And here the second advantage, students learn to think in English. Okay, so this is another important, most important advantage. So they are able to think in English, and lots of training, reading sessions are given. People are actively participated. So these all are the advantages. And the disadvantage, the principle of direct association between word and object is questioned. Not all words can be taught in this way. Okay, see, abstract now, maybe love and other difficult words are there. Those words cannot be taught at all. Some difficult sentences cannot be taught at all, and for that we need some words in their mother tongue. Okay, so but when it is a direct method, the most important principle, you should not use students' mother tongue. When this is a situation, certain things are to teach certain things, teachers find very difficult, and students also find very difficult to understand. Okay, so this is an important disadvantage. And the practice of grammar is not complete. Okay, so grammar is important, and teaching of grammar is not done in a complete way. Okay, and another disadvantage, this is absolutely helpful for the gifted students, but not for the slow learners. Okay, and using teaching aids is not practically possible. Teaching aids, audio visual aids, every day in all the for all the class, the teacher cannot bring television or radio or teaching aids to the classroom. So there are practical difficulties or disadvantages when the teacher uses direct method. Okay, so that's the end of this topic, direct method. Next class we shall discuss bilingual method. Okay, thank you.